part 4. I found some brackets, and that should do for now. I got to find a way to cover up any open space, but I'll deal with that later. So I'm probably gonna have to drill some holes and let's think about how to make this work and not drop it on my helix. Okay, so heavy. Yeah, I know this kind of defeats the purpose, but I was thinking that I would use one bracket like this, and this one's a little bit too long, but I'd shove that up against here so that this can't go backwards. I put one on the side here so that it can't move sideways. The trouble with this one's going to be that I don't want to block any vents. It's just going to block a couple vents though, so I think it's going to be okay. And these bolts are going to stick through, which isn't great, but I don't think anybody's going to die. Now the real problem is going to be, do I put this thing through the front of the cabinet, which I would rather not do, or do I put it through the side, which is going to make a little bit of trouble, but not as much as it could. So the only thing about doing this is, and I could always cut this down. That's right on the edge. I think that's bad though. And so really, where's the power I'm going to go? Am I really going to Velcro it to the top of this thing? There's not really a nice place to put it. For now, you know, this amp doesn't work, so it's not like I'm going to lose anything major. So I'm just going to start drilling into this. These are 1/4-inch screws that I got. Might need to recharge my drill. This is going to be none too scientific of placement. So I'm just going to start with this guy. Just cut my finger. That's crazy. All right. And I probably got way too long of bolts, but better safe than sorry. I probably could have threaded these in, but I don't really like putting wood screws into anything that's going to be heavy. So, and who knows how strong this is going to be. I might have to still use a little bit of hot glue or something. And I'm probably going to have to go get some tools to actually tighten this up. Yeah, I keep forgetting to buy myself another socket set. Just a basic little one that I can keep in here. Keep forgetting. Now this cable is crazy short, so I'm gonna have to deal with somehow deal with that, but I'll deal with that in a bit. Stop messing around, just go grab a socket wrench. Oh, I forgot the washer. I even have a 1/4-inch driver in here. Yeah, right there. Well, I almost got a 3/4 inch. I'm glad I didn't. I'm not gonna make these crazy tight right now because who knows how this is gonna go. This is probably just a failed experiment. Really, I should just be using that TC electronic thing. But you know, we do it because we're scientists. It's actually pretty damn solid already. All right. I have to take the speaker out, which I may have to do eventually anyway. I was hoping to try with this speaker. Now I am going to have to find a way to box off this cabinet, you know. Oops. This cabinet could sound absolutely horrible compared to the Fender because of how open it's going to be. But I don't really know how that kind of stuff works. I remember watching that Jim Lill where he just had a baffle, I think, and it ended up working okay. Wow, that is a light speaker. Wow. Okay, so this amp is heavy for some other reason. Great. Kind of figured that was going to be the case, though, right? I actually have a bigger, little bit. Ooh, why isn't that going through? That's interesting. Oh, because I got it going backwards. Who's in the chat? Hello in the chat. This might not be as squeezed as I want. And there's a chance that one thing could go a little bit bad, but I think we'll be okay. This isn't quite as squished up as I'd like. Hello, Kylo. Music's cool. Checkity check, 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 check. Okay. So, yeah, I didn't I didn't put this one on there as tight as I want, and this thing could actually wiggle around because of it. So what are my choices here? I could bend this out, but then that just means this thing's probably gonna bend itself back. But I could give it, I don't know how strong this thing's actually gonna be anyway. That'll be a little bit of pressure. Let's try that. So I'll probably, if you know, for real life, you'd probably want something a lot stiffer. Crazy thing is, as heavy as this transformer is, it's nowhere near as heavy as a regular speaker transformer in one of the older kind of amps. But it's nuts. The whole amp board, this whole board weighs less than that transformer. Like, this is the whole power for this thing. That's nuts. See, where's the speaker out? Speaker out's right here. It's tiny little transistors, man. Nuts. So this is the power supply. Just this little guy right here is the amp board. This is the logic board, looks like. Crazy. Okay, so that's actually in there pretty solid. Of course, it can fall down. That's the last axis we're going to do here. Do it like that. Do it like this. Could do it with the wiffle ball bat. So, ooh, you know, if I drilled a hole, I could put one of these chassis screws through it, and it really wouldn't move. You know, I don't really think it's going to move. Man, that would be a lot better. I'm just going to bolt it for now. So in this case, we're going to have little screw or bolt head sticking out the side, which isn't, not thrilled about, but like I said, this is a dead amp. It wasn't working. We're going to at least make something out of it. We got chicken shit. We're going to make chicken salad. Is that too vulgar? Bend this one too. It'd probably be smart to do some hot glue in here. But I know I'm always doing hot glue everywhere, and you guys are very sick of it. That is solid, man. I'm really tempted to just leave the FRFR speaker inside that fender, but you know, one of the things I got to do hopefully today, I'm running out of time, but I'm hoping to change the master volume pot out on that thing. I thought I had ordered some other volume knobs that were more like what that thing came with, and I'm almost guaranteed that that thing's louder than this. I don't know, actually. Maybe not. I'm really scared of this transformer. I know I keep saying it, but I don't understand them. They freak me out. And I just dropped sawdust all inside it, so. And it's heavy as hell, you know. I think this is still going to be lighter than the Fender, honestly. That amp is heavy. But so this port is very short, which is I'm not thrilled about. That's in there, so let me clean this off. Think about how I'm going to run this. I'm going to run the power cord because that's going to be a problem. Check, 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 check. This thing muted my mic again. Okay. So I just took this thing out to shake the sawdust out of it, and I'm telling you, it is solid. Like, I'm not worried about that thing coming loose. I'm just worried about the weight. It's really heavy. Like, ridiculously so. For no reason. Like, it's all the transformer. So when we add the speaker back, I'm thinking it's gonna be heavier than that Fender. Put the handle back on here real quick. Yep. Yes.
Oh. Didn't want to leave it in there. He was eyeing it the whole time. Sorry about that.
Oh, you can play a 5-string, man. That'd be good fun. We got one space kid here, really good. We're gonna see him playing. He's already playing one of like the schools bands. Hopefully he'll be playing a real show pretty soon. So I got the screws in the way of kind of where your knuckles are gonna hit if you use the carrying case. Like I said, this is just an experiment. If I was doing this for real, we'd be putting that TC Electronic one. I think it's gonna be a lot lighter. It's a lot more suited for this. And so, well, it's got a weird weight to it. But I can get to the power switch up front. I'll show you what it looks like now. And it is solid. So I can get to the power switch up front. Now, okay, it is dumping in the front, which is not good. Let me see if there's something I can do about that. I could buy one more bracket. Probably should have. Okay, so that's, yeah. And I could put the brace further in the front, but then it might dump in the back. So, just gonna leave that be for now. There's gonna be this big space here, unfortunately, that all the sound can come out of. So the trick is, how's this guy gonna go? Right. So, do I leave it stored inside there, and then when I'm ready to use it, I shove this? Wow, that's unfortunate. That may not work so well. Okay, let me think about that. Do I need to flip this thing over, or put it in a different angle? This bolt I mean, if I could use 220 out of this one, that'd be much better. But this thing is right in the way. Shoot. Okay. Let's see if there's a way to do it. I think I either have to move this thing somewhere or cut a chunk out of this speaker thing. Shoot. All right, let me see what I can do. Take this bracket off real quick. And it's really hammered on there, which is good because it's keeping it from moving. Need to have a little bit of play here. Really, this is making me really think of just fixing up that Mustang's volume knob and saying forget it because it's kind of tricky. Plug it in while it's back. Can't. I could angle it, maybe. Let's see about that. That's gonna take some finagling, but I think now I'm noticing that just the bolts themselves can hold this thing into place. I might try and add some bolts to do that, especially in the back. Now, see if we can't angle this. Get this guy in there. And so I would leave the thing plugged in. The angle here. Just want to put it on the lip there. I had it like that. It'd be hard to hold in place. Let's see how I would do that. That's funny that this thing didn't come with the spare fuses like it said. I was like, oh man, come on. They're not going to say they come with fuses and it doesn't come with fuses. That's funny. But sure enough. Okay, so I could shim the top of this thing to hold it down. Tweet is made out of, I don't know. If I pull that speaker out, if I can figure out how to get this in here well, I'll pull that speaker out and show you. I'm wondering if I can't just shave the top of this off. It's not like the ground's doing anything. There's nothing for it to touch. So if I shave this off, I could fit this in here better. But yeah. So if I put it in this angle, I'm really scared that it's not going to hold on unless I shim the hell out of it. And then if I do that, it might bend the bottom. Let me see if I can find a way to make it hold the back. No, I'm trying to definitely scares me. I really don't like it at this angle. I really liked it how it was. I just got to make a space for this. Electrical turn. I guess I could flip it over. Right. Take a little LRF support off, but still gets the USB. That's definitely in. That is awful. Wow, that barely sticks in there. Yeah, I'm going to take off these little LRF support. Don't know anything about making fun of audiophiles. But they're little rubber feet. And when you're really trying to nail audiophiles, you talk about, hey, this awesome device comes with LRF support. Like, LRF support? Yeah, awesome. You say, what is that anyway? Little rubber feet. That's all these are. I'm not sure if these need to be there to space out the heat here, so hoping not. If so, we're going to have a problem. I could leave them on and leave it spaced and just bolt this in a little bit different, but I think it's just not ideal. If this thing would have come with a 110 volt. Yeah, have you seen these Poo Ninja? This thing, 100 watts. This thing is screaming loud. I just tried it out, but it runs Euro power. Unfortunately, it's $100 to ship this to the U.S. I mean, with it plus the shipping is $100. This would be ideal to turn any old dead amp into an FRFR with one of these Celestion speakers. But fortunately, like I say, it's running Euro power, so we got a little problem. Which is why I got to have this pile. And you know I love the pile stuff, right? That's the same guys who made the drum mics that I like. So the trick is, do I run this? How do I? So I could run this through here, let's say. And then for the I could leave the. I guess I could just leave this unplugged. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, the Thunder 99 is it's like half the power of this. But yeah, it's got a laptop power supply, right? Then you don't have to worry about this stuff. The thing is, I wonder if that's okay. So first of all, can you bridge the Thunder 99? Because if you can, I'm throwing all this crap away right now, honestly. Because that's the way to go. I don't care if it's a laptop power supply. I'll just stick it in the back of the amp and glue it down and just run a long extension cord out of it. And then the other question is if you can't bridge it, what do you do with the other side if you don't have a second speaker in there? And how loud is that 50 watts? I'm thinking that if you had a 2x12 cabinet and you had that Thunder 99 going to two of these speakers, it's going to be pretty damn loud. But let me stick this together and you can see there's a lot of holes in this amp now, so I'm going to have to like cover those up somehow. But yeah, that's cool. That Thunder 99 looked really good, man. And oh, Jesus. Woo! If this thing still runs, I'll be surprised. I just dropped it all over the ground. Nice. Oh, man. That's a wire fire. See if it turns on even. No, it turns on. Alright. This thing comes with the shortest cord. Oh, wow, that was stupid. Okay. So that might have ended this experiment, I'm not sure. So far, so good. So let me bolt this sucker back in. For some reason. Oh man, I dented the crap out of this thing. Shoot. Yeah, I might have just wrecked it. Crap. Yeah, man, I really nailed it. Oh, crap. Hold on. Wow. Hope I didn't drop it on my helix, actually. Shoot. This might be the end of that. Let me pull these screws. I'm sure there's a smaller version of this thing. I asked at some of the forums, I haven't gotten a good answer yet. I like the idiots who say Google it. I can't really call anybody idiots right now. I just dropped this thing on the ground and wrecked everything. Let's see how much damage I did when I dropped this. Seems like this GoPro as an overhead camera works pretty well compared to the webcams, but it's still not ideal. I got some more lights coming, maybe that'll help. I really want to get a camcorder, but I don't want to spend $1,000 on one, even if it's somebody else's money. Damn, I can't believe I just dropped this thing. See, I'm not surprised. Wow. Oh, whoo, look at the size of that transformer. If I'm gonna press on the capacitor and get zarked. Yeah, oh, hot glue, nice. I'm the hot glue champion, man. So I appreciate this hot glue, but I don't need any of these other taps. I kind of want to just pull them out and not worry about it. I wish I could just put this transformer inside this somehow and just be done with it. Man, yeah, I really screwed up. I bent the crap out of this. I'm not sure this thing's actually gonna run. Wow. Wow. That took a bounce, man. Well, you know, if this is like anything like the pile mics that I had, it can take a serious beating. I know everybody really hated this thing, but in the reviews, but I'm not ready to hate it yet. I just don't like the weight and size of it. That's my. What I want to do is get the front as flush as I can, because that's the side that's going to matter. I really don't know if this is going to be better than using that Mustang. Assuming I can even fix the volume knob on the Mustang, but tell you what, it was loud as hell, and I don't know if I need to cover close the cab up better or what. I'm sure this one needs more. I need somebody to come over with some woodworking tools and just glue some. Yeah, don't blow it up, man. I don't know, because Carvin sells their own version of that, their own rebadged version of the Thunder 99, and they say you can't bridge it, so I don't know. But you know what? At that price, I'm willing to try. And if I blow it up, I mean, look, think if that thing's bridgeable, forget it, man. And you know, I was trying to find some specs. Is it 50 watts aside at 4 ohms or 50 watts aside at 8 ohms? That's something I don't think I was able to find. Man, you run a 212 and a 412 with that thing? What about this? You know, I was kind of think that, you know, oftentimes 50 watt amps will keep up with the drummer. I liked having the massively extra power on tap that the Fender Mustang has, the V3. I don't know if that one's AB or what. I think I actually saw an ice power board inside that thing. So this is back together. Let's try not to drop it again. Hopefully not drop into my helix especially. Not thrilled about this thing being upside down. It's already sketchy enough. I don't think it cares. Most. There we go. Okay, I got one screw in. One bolt, whatever. Ooh. Yeah, sorry, you're not seeing the greatest angle of this, but I don't think you really care. So let's see. I'm trying this new GoPro. See how this goes. Yeah, look at this mess. And I got this needs to be cleaned for tomorrow. I got lessons early in the morning. Just running out of time with everything. Not sure. Yeah, I don't care about the flavor. This is for FRFR stuff, so the less flavoring, the better. I can't believe I dropped this thing, man. Oh, jeez. Hello? Hey. Um. Okay. Let's see. So that's in. It ain't going anywhere. Let's see if I can get that cable on. Where is it? Yeah, if that Thunder 99 is bridgeable, the hell with this thing. It's everybody's complaining because they had like a laptop supply on it or whatever. I don't care. So this man, this thing is barely on there. So you know what would be really cool? Let's see. See, I don't want to expose this to any danger. This is almost, it's like if I notched it just the tiniest bit for this base knob, it's actually pretty good. The only thing is am I putting it in danger of getting broken? These are panel mount resistors. I took this apart yesterday to see if I couldn't change it to 120. I could almost hot glue this thing in. It's light. That's actually not bad. You know, I could oh, but I have to be able to get to this. This is the input. So I could use a right angle 1/4 inch to get in. Or I could just I could put a hole in the top and put the jack through there. If I put this in at an angle, it's almost good. Or if I recessed it a little bit like that, look, that's perfect. It's just that the jack. I mean, for now it's probably better just for testing purposes. I'm just going to leave this loose. Let's do that. So the next thing to do really is just to go get the other amp, put the speaker in, and see what it's like. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go in the other room and grab that Fender Mustang, and then I really got to clean this room up. I don't think I'm going to skate park today, so we'll see. Good. Okay. So I'm starting to think this Mustang might still be heavier, but it might just be because of the speaker. So I'm gonna take the speaker out. Oh, I should go to Napa and get some female leads. Oh no, that's right. I'm gonna stick some on from the PV. I'm gonna cut those off. And remember, I dropped this thing, so it could be that broke the transformer thing in there. I think this Mustang might be smaller. The cabinet volume, anyway. Ooh, that's not what I wanted to do at all. So this is the Celestion F12 X200. This is the FRFR speaker from Celestion. two-way. Now, I got a bunch of crap on the Metal Audio Engineers group or whatever that, I said this is a two-way. It's got a tweeter in it. And they're like, no, it's not. It doesn't have a tweeter. It's got a tweeter. It does have a tweeter. Okay. I'll lose a washer. Washer, bolt. Washer, bolt. Washer, bolt. Washer, bolt. Okay. So I think one of the things I kind of think, if you're going to stick this in a combo amp, what would be nice, yeah, you can see the tweeter right here. It's hard to see but you can see it through there. It would be nice to put a switch so that you could shut off the tweeter if you're not using it as an FR at the time, like if you just had to use it as a regular amp again. Okay, so one thing I want to do, I'm going to feel how heavy this is. I'm going to put the power amp in the other one. Okay, lift it up to my face. Lift it up to my face. I guess I do have a scale, I could tell you, but they're roughly the same weight. But without that stupid transformer, man, the other one would be a lot lighter. But let's just let's stop babbling about that. Plug this sucker in and make some carnage. All right. But to crack up if the holes didn't line up. Not that I'd be super surprised or anything, but yeah, if that Thunder 99 really works, that would be. I mean, the next thing up is that TC Electronic, and that thing's $200 something. It's Thunder 99 is like $100. It probably costs $130 to get to the U.S. Maybe, or there may be some other versions of it. Poo Ninja here says he's gonna test it and see if we can't bridge it. Because if you can bridge that guy, I'm done, man. Like, no more goofy giant transformer thing. Of course, that laptop supply is probably like 4 pounds, but it's still lighter than this. And it's a lot smaller, and it's easy to deal with. You just glue it in. You know me, I hot glue everything, which is probably bad, but next thing I want to do, go to the amp board and determine. What I forgot to do at the hardware store was buy a set of, what do you call it, some speaker cable, lamp cord for your non-audio files. I'm just cutting the speaker wire off of the PV, and I'm thinking I'm going to, hope these cables are thick enough. They might be too skinny, I'm not sure. But I'm thinking I might put the 1/4 inch ends on here, because this one has, well, that's an awfully short cable, but this one has these female ends on it. I could go and just go over to Napa real quick and grab, well, these are too small anyway. Well, one of them's too small. Because that way I don't have to solder to this thing. I don't really feel like soldering it. Do I even have some female spades? Where's my big speaker cable? See, that thing was short too. I really should have got a lamp cord at the hardware store. Okay, you guys see it? was the 1/4 inch that had the two, just to cut up old electrical cord on back here. I got to desolder it from this guy. I should just go run over to Napa and get some female crimp on spades, solder them in. This thing is so short. If I do it like this, okay. Always experimenting on something. Yeah, I'll be right back. This is gonna take me 2 seconds. I'll be right back though. Sorry guys. You can watch the sorry, it's gonna be boring for a second. I'll be right back. size here. There's so much to do yet today. So one of the bummers here is, yes, I made this cable way too short, but I can always make another one. I'll just do this for now. So if I want to crimp these or solder them or what. I think I'm going to solder it. Feel a lot better about it if I solder it. For all I know, I popped that fuse, you know, but it's so funny that they say they came with 2 extra fuses, and that's like one of the selling points. And then it didn't even come with them. Goofy. Oh, you guys are dying to see if this actually works. Now, one of the things is, should I put the back cover on? I don't know. That was interesting in the Jim Lil thing. It wasn't just the on or off that made a difference. It was like the size. It made a. It didn't only go one way. It got bassier and bassier, and then less bassy, and then more bassy again. I guess that's not the best way to say it, but something like that. Oh, I got my soldering iron stuck. That might be too much goo. Not really very crimpy. Maybe about the wrong size. Or just heated it too much. I'm gonna squeeze this with my needle nose here. I'll trust it. It's all these little things, you know. Yeah, see that? Oh wow, it's really not holding on at all. Let me squeeze these down. Well, these pliers ain't doing jack. That's interesting. This thing turned a whole different color when I soldered it. Really weird brown. That's solid. That's some confidence. I'm not thrilled about this wire here. Okay. So for now, I'm just going to stick this through, and it's going to go through the top. Put the back in for what it's worth, which probably isn't actually that much. Actually, not too bad. Just got to cover up a couple things. Yeah, okay. That's not as bad as I thought. Now it's pretty wide open in the back here. Of course, there's holes everywhere now, but it's not like a balloon. That was one of the things that Jim Lil showed, that it's not like you might think, like it's as soon as you pop a hole in the back, all the bass is going to come out. That's not what happened at all, interestingly. Now, if you were here when I tried this out to test it to see if it even worked, you might remember this thing was thin as all hell. It was just scratch. Like there was no tone. I'm thinking because, you know, you need some sort of cabinet, but you can see there's not much. There's not much cabinet here, right? The whole front is open. But I wonder if I could do. Let's see. Actually, not so bad. You get the amplifier. Where is it? So I assume you might be, let me get some, actually could set this GoPro to be a much wider angle, but I don't really trust the software not to screw up. So this guy could be up here. Here's the output. But really, ideally, you know, I put it inside here. This would actually be kind of nice, you know. For now, plug this guy in. Oh, it's so short. And this is sketchy, man. This barely hangs on. I'm kind of weirded out by how little that holds. Is that really how the Euros have their stuff? It shakes, man. It's not good. So, be on the safe side. I'm gonna run this through here. Okay. Oh. Actually, it's not that heavy. It's just right now it's inconvenient. I velcroed this thing on there or something. The big question is really going to be just how much does that matter that so much of this is just exposed. There's no real cabinet. Sin might have a little bit too much plugged in over there. I'm gonna angle it diagonally at me. You see that? I just want to see generally how this is gonna sound. It's not. Yeah, it is really open up. And I wonder, can I just stick foam in the top and that would make the base work, or does it have to be really rigid, or what exactly? How does the cabinet actually work? I don't really know that stuff. So I have the amp here. I'll flip this on. Yeah, I guess the fuse didn't blow. Okay, I'm gonna turn this on. That's the scary part. Hold on. Grab a guitar. And there. This is all kinds of messy to do this in right now. I think this room was completely nice and clean yesterday. We had some supply chain problems. I had to go and rig together a drum, some drum hardware because there's none for sale. So yeah, this is a horrible setup with this this thing just sitting there. This opens up. I almost want to just stick some cardboard and see if that makes a difference. It sounds good. It's kind of crazy loud. I barely have it up at all. Let's see, that's pretty impressive for a crappy box. Get some cardboard and see if that makes any difference. But I think convenience-wise, I'd rather just carry the Mustang if I could fix that master volume. But let's see if this cardboard makes any difference. All right. Tell you what. We're trying to fix the Mustang. And if I can get that Mustang fixed, I'm going to put the speaker in there. But I'm going to take this to my friend and have him box it up so that I actually have like a kind of a more sealed enclosure. I'm going to think about how I want to put the pieces all together. And I think if he does that, this would be a pretty good box. Man, I really hate this power supply. I'm hoping, I'm gonna put all this stuff in this box for now. Turn this off. I don't think I want to carry it around like this with Velcro or whatever else. Maybe I go to the hardware store and get some more mounts for this thing. I'm not really sure. Like if I stick it in here like this, I'm pretty happy with that actually. If I do that, maybe I should ask him. See, I got a friend who's do all this construction stuff. Maybe I hot glue this sucker in place and then tell him what I want to do. Oh yeah, so the problem with that, right, with the jack. So if I run a hello? Hey. No, but let's see. I'm not sure when I'm leaving here actually. But once I'm gone, if you got a key, should be okay. Just gotta find a way to make sure you get it on time. What time are you guys planning on being in here? Yeah, you might. I think I'm gonna be gone before then, so but just try and find me around then. I guess then that's probably the best way to get a key, and then I got to get it back tonight because I got to get in here real early in the morning because I got to leave the prison and then come down here and clean up in the morning before everybody gets here. So. Yeah. I'm not sure yet. I'm trying to put together electronics that I probably shouldn't be doing, and then I was gonna leave. All right, but I mean, you might be waiting a long time. I just don't know because I got to clean up and stuff here. And I'm not really going to turn away my key in case I have to come back anytime soon, you know. Like, I'm not trying to make trouble or anything, but I mean, I'm the only one here, and I've really got to do a lot of shit. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Trying to think if I put a flat right angle on here, I can actually get this on there. And I could just put a female 1/4" jack on the top or something. Boy, man, like this is really actually fine if I don't know if I really need to get to these EQ things, because if I don't, like just the knob like that. I can get the speaker jack. I mean, I can put them both on right angles, so it's a little sketchy. Jack in. I'll see that hits. Yeah, this. Yeah, it's the jacks that make the trouble now. Like I guess I could put them on right angles, but I'm not really thrilled about that. Or do I just want to do it like this? Everything on this side. I put the jack through here. Yeah, my bolts are in the way. But I could use that dual lock to just stick the sucker on there. So dual lock on this side. Have my friend box this thing in. I really would love to have this in here though. It's just this jack. I could put a panel. Oh no, the bottom one makes trouble too, that's right. Because this needs to be protected. If it was like this, if it's like this, speaker cable comes out right here. See that stuff hanging, just plug it in when I need it. Throw this back, and there's like a hole in the back. I could put it in. Actually, the speaker's in the way. I guess I'd put this thing in my bag or something. It's really kind of inconvenient. I know it's really not that big of an experiment. It's less than $200 to figure this out. But yeah, if I have my friend box this up, this should be pretty good. I'll see if I can do that. So for now, we'll put this away. Throw away some of this junk. Unplug it. You know, maybe everything fell apart because of this adapter. Like I think really, yeah, I should have tried the Thunder Road. We'll see what Poo Ninja has to say about that other amp, because this is a pain in the butt. The other one would be a little bit easier. Just Velcro it to the top, have the speaker hang out the back. You're done. Box this whole thing in. Done. And now I got one more mess in my room that I don't want. This amp's not that bad. I'm probably gonna take the speaker back out. Let's see if I can get this Mustang running. So this guy now got to come apart. Let me see about that other setting on the GoPro. Actually, I don't care. Sorry. Let's see. I don't remember how to get this guy out of here the easiest way. I think the handle got to come off. I don't remember. Now I've taken this thing apart so many times to get the point. Then there's a schematic that I gotta find. That is has the master volume pot on here. Now the bummer with this one is it becomes useless as an amp if with that FRFR. But if I put a little switch in, then you could choose whether or not the tweeter was on, and then you could decide whether or not you wanted it to be a FRFR or a regular old combo amp. I think I need to do that. And it looks like some screws I didn't put back in. Oh. That's what I need in here, cockroach eggs. Hey. So in this case, if I were to pull this power amp out, it's actually boxes in the bottom. This might actually be a better amp to use for that other thing too, but it's holding you in. Like little itty bitty screws up at the front. So, uh-oh. There we go. Sorry. This is the bad guy right here. I can pop this PC board out. So my thing is, well, can I fit one of these pots? In the space here. May be able to, may not be able to. I could space out this board because I don't really need it to do anything except be a master volume. Check. You can see I've pulled this guy off a number of times, and I'm trying to remember if 5 pins or 6. I thought it was 5, which is what was confusing me when I went to order these other pots. But I think I actually found the real pot for this thing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so it is 6. So there's 6 terminals on these guys too. So as soon as I pull this apart, I'm going to look for that schematic. This can be a tight fit if that pot can even fit in here. But you know, I could just run wires to it. Honestly, it just needs to work as a master volume. Hello, Kylo. Music school. Okay. Hold on. Oh, nobody's here. Okay, hold on. Um, all right. Who's holding on now still? Oh, all the knobs are holding it on. Okay, hold on. Forget how this one comes off. Not sure if it needs to, because it might be on a different board. But yeah, we got to look for that schematic in a second. Oh no, that's that same board. That has to come off. But does it come off? Doesn't seem to want to. I'm a little bit scared. If I break that off, I'm in trouble. Nope, it comes off. I was just going for it. All right, sorry. Well, that's gonna be a tight fit, man. I don't know. Yeah, I ordered some other ones where I thought I did. Maybe I didn't. Okay, so let's look for that schematic. I think it was in my... Might be in this thread. This TGP has a pretty bad search function as far as I can tell. I've been trying. Processing. Now, there's another Mustang for $200, but yeah, it's actually cheaper than putting that TC. It's actually kind of handy, actually, if it's as loud enough. Okay, so let's go. Pretty sure I saw it. Looking for pots. I think if I remember right, the one on this version was R192. Oops. Main IO USB. That was probably the one. So here's the boards. LCD. Yep. So this is the one. There. Are going so bad. Okay, so here's the master volume. Boy, it's almost like I gotta plug this thing in and experiment until I can get it to work. How would I want to wire up the stereo volume switch? I can't even remember that. I think I want to connect two of these guys. Ugh. Okay. So I'm going to go audio in here, audio out in the middle. And so I want to tie these two to ground. Sorry, I want to tie these two to ground. So I'm going to tie them together, and then I want to run a cable from them. So first of all, I'm just going to some solder. I have no idea how this goes into their pinout though. That's the problem. Let's tie this together first, so I know that. So I know that's going to be ground. So really, I'm going to run wires to this thing. There's no real choice about that. Solder supper. Well, I have a little fry thingy, but just so should get a wick. Now, unfortunately, probably enough to melt the traces off this little board. There's some SMP stuff on here. So a wick would be better. I'm just going to start prying on this thing. Guys, used to working on PC boards, you know that squeaking sound when it's finally starting to come out. Maybe I should just pull this board. It's easy to pull off of this guy, but can I get this ribbon off without it breaking? No. This one over here, pain in the ass. Yeah, a wick would help, but oh, you know what the other problem is? Ooh, before I start yanking on that really hard, there's these two that actually hold it down. Oops. So I'm not really sure where ground is, so I guess I can, hopefully a schematic will give me some hints, but I'm not sure that it's going to give me much. My brains, when it comes to that stuff, is not what they used to be, so. I want to keep heating up this board and end up damaging it. This is where I used to spend so much of my time doing this kind of thing. Miss it. There's hands are locking up. Things about getting old. Doing that a lot lately. So this pot, I actually took it apart a couple times to try and make it work, and what I'm expecting I'm going to do is stick some little wires through here, and you know, I could have this thing sitting out and just keep changing where it's wired to until it works exactly right. The thing is, it's a stereo amp, and I don't need it to be stereo. I really just need it to be mono. So, and I don't understand how the stereo would work with the yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Why would it be stereo? It's only got one output. It has stereo effects, but that's for the for like the PA out. See how much I mush this up. I really would like to get this board off of here, at least long enough to. Well, there's one that came off. It just pulled right out of the pins. That's garbage. That's the main input, which is handy for a tuner, but you know, I don't even need that. That's not part of what this thing's going to do for me. I need this effects loop. So can I unplug it from here? Unplug it from here. It's amazing how loud this must be class D too, right? Okay, that one doesn't pull off of there. Neither does this. Man, there's so many craptastic. Okay, I don't care about the foot switch. Actually, I can work on it like this. This is fine. So how close is this one to the other schematic I'm looking at right now? Boy, this looks almost identical. So let's assume where these six. Oh my God, man, this has been the. Hello? Come on, check. Okay. All right, so this is the PCB main section A. So I'm looking at the schematic. Main in IO USB. Okay. Oh, master right there. 50K, 30 amps, 30 amps. R192, that's the one right there. Okay. So, how is the pins laid out here? There's 6 holes here. Oh, I see. R192A, R192B. Okay, there we go. Okay. Okay, so the center tap of the pot is touching the cap. Okay, here, I'm gonna see. I don't know if you guys can see this. So, center tap of the pot is touching the capacitor. I don't like the way this is written out. Other side. Back loop. Where's the ground? Okay, I'm having a little bit of trouble reading this schematic. Let's see if we can cheat a little bit here. So I'm gonna go grab the multimeter. If I can find my multimeter, where's my multimeter? There it is. So there's 6 pins on here. I'm trying to figure out where they go. I should probably just stick 6 wires through right now. But let's see if we can't find one of these that goes to ground. But they might all go to ground. Or ground might not be hooked up. So where's the ground on this? Having trouble reading this. I'm trying to remember how to read these damn things. Because got 2 pins tied together like a rheostat. None of these are drawn the way this thing is drawn. Sorry, I'm having some trouble reading this, the way this is written. Potentiometer schematic circuit. Is it? So the wiper's on the ground side. Wiper is on the ground side, but where is it connected to? Wiper. Back at the might be able to read these traces, maybe. Oh boy, I almost want to print this out. Um, R21 goes to a pin. Oh, R211 goes to a pin. Then it goes to C167. Okay, so let me see if I can figure that out. Just looking for where R221 is. R221s. Okay, here's C167 right here. I got to think about both sides of these. R211, is that the one? I'm gonna open two instances of this real quick. Sorry. Did I actually download this thing? I'm opening two instances of this so I can tell a little bit easier. Oh. Oh, we got worn out. If I could fix this, this would be nice. I think I'd rather use this amp. It's just simpler. I know I paid for the other thing, but I'll deal with that later. Maybe I'll take it to Tommy's house and he'll cut it up for me. Yeah. I really should wire this thing up. I've got some special cable to do it. It's so old I can't see anything. I got myself a new whoa! I got myself a new one of those little magnifying thingies. That's kind of helping. Okay, so let me see if I can figure this out. So I really, it'd be easier if I could plug it and unplug it while I'm got the amp open, but that sounds a little bit scary. Okay, so master R211 goes to which way is this thing going? Master reverb. Okay, so I'm at the same. So the second one over goes between R211 and C167. Don't know which way the polarity is. And then the first pin goes to the other side of C167. It looks like it's a dual-sided board, so it's gonna be a little bit hard to tell, but okay, R211 is, let's just say it's the bottom half of the pot. 211 goes to pin 2, whatever that is, but it's pin 2 the wiper. Actually, let's take a look. I'll be able to tell. R201, that's the other one. Okay, so there we go. Here's your two networks. R201 and R211 go to second and third pins on the, maybe I can tell by, yeah, you know what, maybe I can tell from the old pot what's what, maybe. Let's look. I take this thing apart, we can see where the traces are. So I had taken this thing apart because it doesn't really tell me anything, does it? And if I really look at the inside of this thing, maybe it'll tell me something. I'm not sure. Probably use the multimeter. Oh boy. So the first two pins, I assume to be either the audio input to each pot. Okay, where was the okay, how to wire stereo volume pot? So audio in. I'm thinking that's the first two pins are audio in. It's kind of overdo it with these. A little bit way longer than they need to be. But why not? Make it easy. Make it easy on yourself, right? And my new wire strippers I wanted to try out. Really? It's 5 o'clock already. Okay. Yeah, I should really be doing this with the band. Okay, so I'm gonna say red and green are the ins. Okay. And I don't know for sure that I really am super positive about that, but the first pin is coming from C167. Wait, can I see the bottom of this board? Hold on. I know, so if you're an experienced ham tech, you're laughing your head off at me right now. There's traces on the back of the board, but I just can't make heads or tails of them. Oh, yes, I can. Okay. So that first one that I'm worried about, it's tied to the one on the opposite side. I'm assuming that's ground, so I'm thinking already, I think I might have a clue that 1 and 6 are ground. So I'm gonna use white and black for that. I'm not 1,000% positive, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. Okay, my brains are starting to come back to me. I think this may be 10 these guys. Water. Tin U2. And the really scary part is that this PC board is so close together, it's really going to be easy to accidentally short these things. Now, if they were the grounds and they're right next to each other, I don't care if they short. But the problem is doesn't seem to be the case. I think I'm getting it though. I think this is the I think 1 and 6 are the grounds. And so I didn't really have to tie them together on the pot, but I kind of feel better about it because then I'll remember which one's where. Ooh, what did I just smoke? Smoked something plastic. I want to heat this up so I can get it through there. Maybe it's just too thick. Might have to really thin this down. Might have to put pins in. Let's see if I can't get it through there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So that is solid. That is through, and that is not shorting to anybody else as far as I can tell. And I might have some PC board and nippers, but things should work. There we go. Nice. That's pretty solid. Black wire. So definitely this thing's got to be as thin as possible. Might even pop some strands out of these things to make it easier. I'm pretty sure I know now who the grounds are. That's one battle. Hang that on. There we go. Yeah, much better. Oh man, that is night and day. I guess that's kind of a tautology. Oh my God. Hello? Oh, okay. No, that don't matter. I'm still chewing junk up. Yeah. All right, cool. So done with the phone today. Ooh, that just went through. Okay. So I would like to get some solder on there though, because I don't trust that that's going to stay. Oop, I just did it. So that's enough to tin. Problem is, if these things short, it's really hard to tell. But actually, my new magnifying thing, I can kind of tell. I really wish I could get this off of this board. Okay, wait a second. Okay, so 1 and 6. I'm pretty sure these are the ground. I could go ahead and wire that up right now. Back. Go. Yeah, I tell you, I'm really done with the damn phone today. It's been a very long day. I didn't get going until like 2:30 or something was what I wanted to do. It's pretty interesting trying out that amp, and I'm starting to really think that it's just not a good idea. That thing. I'm gonna leave with Tommy and see what he does for the as far as mounting this thing. Connected to it, right? You know, back in the day, that's the way I always did it. Is I always put it in those holes if I could. Oh, but you know what? I'm already limited on vertical space, so I'm actually I'm gonna have to completely insulate this thing because I have a feeling that I really don't have the space I need. But if I have to put spacers on this thing and nothing else works, I'm kind of okay with that. The only one that I really got to worry about is the soft switch, because I have to get to the effects loop, and that's. But you know what? I don't even have to have the knob on there. I really could space this out a little bit if I had to. And watch, it still makes the same scratchy stuff even if it has a new pot. I would be cracking up, man. But you know, actually, I wouldn't be that surprised. So something weird about that. Okay, so next thing to read on this schematic was that 2 and 3 come from the resistor. And the way this is looking on the schematic, it seems like the signal is flowing into those two. So where were we calling audio in was, and if I flip the audio, it doesn't matter. Like I said, this thing's going to be mono in the end. Audio in left and audio in right. It's going to be the far right side. So that's, I think that's pin 2 and 3. And then all I got left is the other two, and that's it. So let me call red and green the inputs. And like we saw, this is critical that make this thing as skinny as possible. But I do have to tin it because I really don't know another safe way of getting solder through there when it comes time to buttoning it up, putting it through the PCB board, or PC board, PCB, whatever. Sorry. I need to get my soldering sponge in a second. I don't know where my normal one is, but I have a spare. Not great. It's really hard to find sponges that work for soldering. I don't know why that is. Is there something special about them? Gotta go wet this thing down. Be right back. I could be totally wrong about these, but I don't know that it matters. As long as I got the ground right, I think that's all that really matters. Okay, let's make sure I know which ones where that is. So the one's further away from the furthest away from the reverb board. It's these two. Wow, see, here's the thing. This is so close. Doesn't appear to be shorted though. I really like this magnifying light. I can put this in there. Green's going in good. But I don't want to short these. That's the scary part. This should be good. Oh. I think that almost shorted. Tomorrow is bike factory ride out, and I don't think I'm gonna go, sadly. Because for one thing, I don't want to deal with the Waikiki pigs, and my band may be practicing. I'm not 1,000% convinced that that is soldered enough. It's not pulling out, but it's not. Oh, come on. Really need a pin tip. Okay, that's in. I'm not super happy with it, but I think it's right. So close. Crap. Spoke too soon about singing the praises for this. What's the short? I have another set of pliers that should do some end nipping. But sure, this might be better. See if I can get a good look. Well, I'd really like to get this off of whatever's holding it up. Oh, it's this guy. Who are you? Is that seriously the foot switchboard that's holding me up? No. What is that? Yeah, that's not the foot switchboard. See if I can see. Oh, nothing shorted. Okay, so I'm gonna connect these two while it's here. Punching people when that phone rings. I'm getting so worn out. Wouldn't this be magic if I plugged this back in and this thing just worked? Holy crap. No more scratching, crazy volume death. I know everybody who owns these amps, you eventually hear them complaining about this. Otherwise, it's pretty good. I really like it. Let's see, so we're gonna have to insulate the hell out of this. I'm not sure. Should have bought some liquid tape when I was over at Napa. I knew I was forgetting something. It'd be so awesome if this worked. Let me saying if this should just work. There shouldn't be any question here. Okay, so I put the red one. The red one is closest to the furthest from the reverb. Okay, and so when I look at the schematic, the outs, this doesn't really matter. I'm sure I could flip this and be okay, but I just want to be a little bit more paranoid. So this is the center tap. So this is going to go to the business end of C178 and C167. So which one is which? Red is R211. So C178. Oh, I see two of them summing together somewhere. Nope, that's not the ground. I might have screwed up. I can't imagine you directly tie these things together unless they're ground, though. But these other two are directly tied together. Shit. Put into C183. What is that? That's the output of the amp. Okay. 83. C182. Or maybe this is left mono or something. Okay, so C183 is the further one. No. And this, all right, well, let's just, if I get it wrong, I got a 50% chance of getting it right or wrong. Let's, let me tie this together and then maybe I'll figure it out as I'm going. I'm a little bit worried that something that I thought was surely the ground may not be. Let me actually, let's take a look. One stereo hot schematic. Oh wow, they make interesting. It's the guitar ones. It's not the ones I want. Stereo. Six-pin stereo pot schematic. How to wire up 6-pin pianos potentiometers. Okay, not this one. I want the this one. volume controller 3-pin sheet. That's the one I want. That's this one. The 1, 2, and 3. I don't see it. Here we go. Oh. See, it's this guy, but how is that pinned? Hold on. This one is some kind of Indian. You go to it. Volume data sheet. Where's the volume data sheet? See, 4 and 5, this one is showing is ground. Hold on.
छठे नंबर तो तीसरे नंबर के जो पिन है यहाँ पर देखिए जो ये राइट
Are we sure? Where's the... These are the ones, but where do I get schematic for them? See, this one's showing it too. 4 and 5 are ground. Put 2. Let me go to this page. Maybe this is... I don't know if this is the same one, whatever. Geometers. Right. Oh boy, this is tricky. No, it's great. So if this is right, then this the one that I saw where it's tying the two together, right here. That's 4 and 5. I think. Let me see. So if I had the pot, depending on how this is flipped, this could be rounds 4 and 5. Let me look at those grounds touch together. C182 and C183. Now, one side of C183, they both touch together. And I'm not seeing that on here. But why would 1 and 6 touch together? Let me see what those are. 1 and 6 is input 1 and output 1. I don't think those would be touching each other. Could be really wrong. Okay, you know what? I don't think anything's going to blow up if I do this wrong. So let me just wire them up for now. Think we're going to be okay. Nothing like the doubts. I don't know. They're all saying those same two are ground. Let's find another one. I got a mouse or something. No DigiKey. I ordered some of these. Looking for that it's stereo. Scanning, I don't see it. Let me check Mouser. I'm really confused right now. Right there. There's a Borns too. Yeah, but that's got 4. Damn it. 6 pins. 6 pins. Okay, maybe that'll help. Is that it? 20% too. This is probably the exact same pot that I'm looking at. data sheet. This one's making it look like two is the output. So if I were to think about that, two, depending on how this thing's wired, this is two. It's one of the outputs. What's the C167? Let's see how that. Ah, here we go, 167. 2 goes right to 167. Two goes to 167. That 2 is pin 1. Yep, that's it right there. Okay, so that's the middle, going to 167. And the other output is going to be the fourth one. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's going to going to 178. And it's also going to, no, that's it, it's going to 178. So where is that on 178? Oh, that's it, 178. Okay. Okay, so for sure that's the okay. So these are the outputs. Okay. So, oh boy. Okay, so the outputs, let me just say, the outputs are 2, just the first one and the fourth one. I think. It seems like it. I don't know that I can blow anything up if I get this wrong, but really don't want to be pulling this thing apart over and over. Yeah, okay, so the furthest one from the reverb is going to be output 1. And that's my white cable. So my cable's going to be colored all wrong, but that's okay. Oh, nobody's going to die from my cables being colored. So that's one output. And I don't know that it matters which one is which. Tuning going here. I don't know why that 1 and 6 would be connected together though. That's kind of scary. Or am I reading it wrong? Maybe I am. Remember, we got to insulate the hell out of this thing. That's not good. So. I just wrap this sucker. Sorry, I haven't flipped back to the soldering page yet, but just I got a lot to do tonight still. Kind of bummed I didn't pay more attention when I bought that Harley Benton thing. I really wasted like $100, you know. But no, I don't think I wasted it. We'll see what happens when I put that together. Ooh. All right, I just dropped live solder into this amplifier board. That's a really dumb idea. So you know what? Let's pay better attention. By let's, I mean just me. Last thing I need is shorten everything out. Give this thing a good shake later on. I know it's got to be like watching paint dry, but actually doing something here, which is good. Got to get thicker glasses at the hardware store. Okay, so that's one output. The other output is 2, 3, the fourth one. Okay. Where's the fourth one? Get that wired up yet? 1, 2, 3. I don't think I've put 4 and 5. No, I haven't. Okay. Those are the two that gotta go next. Do yellow and blue. Hey, that looks good. Just make sure it's not shorted. Out there, sorry. Okay. I'm just in the middle.
I don't know if you're actually on air, are you?
Right, that's all right. I'm in the middle of like some serious stuff. I had a lot of junk done before I'm done here.
What's that? What's going on?
I'm trying to do some do-it-yourself FRFRs and like that thing. I don't know, that one over there. I bought this little Harley Benton amp that it's like 100 watts. It's this tiny little amp, but it runs on 220 volts instead of 120. So I had to use an adapter, and so I'm going to take that amp over to Tommy and have him button it up. But that one right there, yeah. And then I'm going to pull that speaker out in a second. I'm going to put it back in this one if I can get this one working. So, but this is for like if you have like a modeler, like a Pod Go or whatever, you don't want to use you use a PA speaker, right? That's how you do it. But Celestion made a 12-inch speaker that has a tweeter on it. And so just yanking the regular speaker out of a regular combo amp and throwing one of those in, it's killer. It makes your super loud FRFR speaker. But this one had a scratchy volume pot, so I'm trying to change it out. But vendor had no info on this thing, so just kind of guessing my way
For
through.
real, no schematics?
No, there's schematics, but it wasn't from them, unfortunately.
You can get them from China, did you?
Yeah, probably. One, two, three, four. That's the fourth one. One, two. So I'm wiring in just a regular pot. So I'm missing one. One, two, three, four. So that's this one. So that's right. I just put this yellow tape. Really would like to have a better tech bench and stuff, but
Want me to hold something?
yeah, no. Just gotta- Just asking for short circuits dropping. Shit, I gotta shake this thing out good when I'm done. And I don't know that this pot's actually gonna fit under this chassis, so I might have to do some really crazy mods. But I tried that little 100-watt amp out, and it was killer, man. Like it's awesome. I wish if it was 120 volts, it would have been perfect. It would have made the amp so light too. But having to put this crazy transformer in there kind of blew the whole thing. But I'm probably gonna order another one of these speakers and put that one together a different way. So that's cool. Okay. So which ones are the grounds then? And are they really tied together grounds? That's a big question. Okay, so input is 1. Ooh, the inputs are 2 and 3. So which one don't I have in yet? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. This guy. See, these things are so skinny, it's super easy to short. Tiny
Yeah, that's all like factory soldered, yeah.
Yeah. Blade machine.
Damn.
You know, 1 million years ago, I knew how to do this stuff easy, but now I'm having to look up stuff constantly, and I don't do this enough anymore, so really having a hard time not shorting this. Oh, that's really
I would imagine everything's smaller and more complex now too, right?
yeah. Yeah, I'm not dealing with any surface mount stuff, thankfully. I mean, there's surface mount components on here, but I'm not having to mess with them. Trouble is just the width of the soldering iron and the width of the solder is actually too much to. It's too thick. It can actually short just from that. So
Yeah, yeah.
I need a pin smaller. Tip. I think any of those are short. So what am I calling? 1 is the first input. It's the first input. First input, that's coming from one is the first input. Why would that be C167 then? That should be the other one. C167 and 178. What's 178? I don't think the schematic is right. One is the first input. How do I know that? First input. One is the first input, and
Oh yeah, was there other things you needed help with?
not anything I can really get help with. I don't think.
It's more technical shit.
Yeah, you can just I should have. Um, What? Just go straight to it. Yes. Okay. Those are orange and green. Oh, they're already there. Okay, orange and greens, 2 and 3. 1 is center, and 4 is the center. And that's leaving me with these 2 for the ground. Are they ground or are they? I don't know. I'm just gonna hope that they're not flipped. Just put them in there. I thought I was gonna tie them both to ground, but maybe not. Well, sure, these are gonna be tied to ground. So much quicker and better. Just oh crap! It's not a cheap Celestion. So there's nowhere really to put anything right now. Like I had to tear everything apart last night trying to get to fix some drums because there's just no drum parts to buy, and I had to like really rig some shit together.
Yeah.
Trying to. I got on Musician's Friend, Guitar Center, Sweetwater. There's nothing, no hardware at all. Like all the little tiny bits of hardware, like what holds the toms on and stuff, all back ordered. Just nothing being made right now.
What the hell?
It's crazy.
Why?
The chip shortage.
Look, it's China.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a consequence of doing everything with China, you know, instead of some stuff with China and some stuff with other people. It's a 3. So the far one is the that goes to it's the first half of the resistor, and this is the far one. So black goes with am I doing this right? Goes with second 2 is yellow and blue. Yeah, yellow and far one. Right. Watch, I guess this is there's 2 completely different ways to read this, but I don't think either one of them can actually blow anything up. So just won't work right. But how am I gonna fit this thing? Determine. Can I insulate this good enough? Should have bought liquid tape and that's it.
What's that pot for?
Master volume. It's the only one I even need. The rest of the stuff I don't need any of it. I mean, if I wanted to use it as an amp again, I'd have to get them all working, but they actually work. It's just with an FRFR speaker sitting in this thing, it makes this guitar amp into a fizzy nightmare, you know? It's no longer really a good guitar amp, but if I were to make a switch that shuts off the tweeter, you could actually do both, and that's what one of these days I'm gonna figure out how to do that. Just bypass the crossover and everything.
Wait, what's a tweeter? Because I thought that was like the material that the speaker was. Tweed amp.
Oh no, that's tweed. tweeter is like the high.
Tweeter.
Yeah, this is a tweeter.
Oh, what is it?
The high frequency speaker. Like, oh shit.
Tweeter.
This is a woofer. Right, and that's a tweeter.
Oh,
woofer
it's like
tweeter.
woofer tweeter. Okay.
Wait, that's it. Maybe that's enough space. There's another one of these amps for sale. He's got it for $200 over at somewhere. Somebody selling on Facebook Marketplace. And like when I tested this out, I mean, of course the volume knob sucked balls, but when I tested this thing out with that Celestion with the FRFR speaker, it was just unbelievable. Like, holy crap, this is exactly how this is supposed to be. And so, like, I could really just, instead of buying any of these fancy schmancy, like, I don't know why I bought that pedal amp. I think I just wanted to try it, but I didn't really read that it was, I didn't read ahead of time that it was 230 volts instead of 110. It, like, if you just want a good one for your Pod Go or whatever, that amp plus one of those speakers would be unreal. Speaker's expensive. It's like $185, but it's a hell of a lot cheaper than an amp. And if you look at any of those, like Atomic CLR, what are the ones you're supposed to use with those things, like the QSC 8.2 or whatever? They're like thousands, you know. So $200 for an amp and $100 for $180 for a speaker or whatever, you're still way under. It's actually a really good deal.
So this is the Celestion.
No, that's a regular, that's a Alnico Gold. That's like a really popular blues kind of speaker.
That's a Celestion.
That is some piece of crap PV speaker. The Celestion FRFR is in the back of that one,
Oh, it's inside.
and you'll see it looks weird because it's got like a, you can kind of tell that it's got some extra junk, like a crossover and stuff on the back. So I'm gonna pull that one out.
Oh, that's the controls from the front of it. What you're holding.
Oh
Oh, no,
no,
it's
that was
from
from this
this.
one, yeah. So this is actually a really good amp. It's just, it's not a Pod Go, it's not a Helix, but it is a really good amp. I would rather have this thing work. Just, I mean, it's so much cheaper than buying real FRFR setup. So my thing's holding us up. What? That's because it's not going to do me any good now. All right. I'm not sure what's holding this thing. Start throwing screws in it and see. I would really rather not completely reassemble this thing until I know what's going on. Ugh. Oh, there's a washer on this one. Oh, no. This solves this problem, man. This is gonna be nice.
You're saying the speaker just needs a power source?
That power amp, that one that I got from Tall Man, whatever, the Harley Benton one, it needs a power supply that's 220 volts. It needs to get 220 volts. So you need to run the special adapter if you're going to run it in America.
Like, oh, okay, yeah. So you can't plug it into the wall. It's
No.
120. Yeah.
So, the thing that I got to fix that, there's only 40 something dollars. So still, yeah, you're way under budget, but at the same time, that thing added 8 pounds, and that doesn't sound like much, but it puts that into the same weight as this amp. Actually, it might be a little bit heavier. And, if you're gonna, that Harley Benton thing only weighed like 3 pounds or something, man. So that, plus a really good cabinet, wouldn't weigh anything. Be awesome. That sucks that this pulled out. Where's this? That's the input jack board. I don't know that this is gonna be good if it's backwards, but I really am not gonna be using it. So I really shouldn't. They're putting too much of this back together. I think I can just put the speaker terminals onto that speaker from here. Actually, I just take that. That one have? Can you look at that one and see if it's got female spade or male spade lugs on it? Because that Celestion is like it's missing them for some reason. Like what's on the back? What do you connect to? Oh yeah, perfect. Okay. Oh yeah, and that's a weak one, man. I think this 90 watter over here has probably got a hell of a lot bigger magnet on it. And FRFR's got an insane mag. It's because it's got two speakers.
Is it gonna clog my third eye from holding it?
Yes.
Or is it gonna open it?
It's gonna put a flux.
Flux capacitor.
That's a big flux field. If you ever seen those old like Mothman movies where he had like the antennas and that's the magnetic force of the earth and how he grew out his power or whatever.
Oh yeah, yeah.
All right, so I'm missing a bunch of screws that held this thing together. I wonder why.
I like how in the really, really old like the 80s X-Men animated series, that's how they showed Magneto's powers.
Oh,
It was
yeah,
like a
that's
flux field.
good. Where the hell did I put that Harley Benton thing? I was waiting all week to get it, and I'm like, yay! Oh, it's 120 volts, 230 volts. But it's so light, man. It is such a good idea if that's all it needed was that. Oh man. All right, I'm missing one screw. He's sitting right up here. That's one of these chrome ones. Sure, it's right here. I want this. This is good. This fine. If I would have had this, I could have fixed this earlier. I'm sure it's. I dropped it. I don't really need it. It's just it might be a ground.
Oh, God. It's chrome, you said.
Yeah, and then here's the nut for this one.
Not this one.
It's
small?
a little big. It's like this.
Oh, okay.
But if this isn't relying on it for ground, it doesn't matter. I can still test this without it. Okay, so I guess I should do that. Like nothing is. I just don't want to short anything. For no reason. Sure, I'm going to short something. But... Okay.
I'm surprised they never touched on that. X-Men. Magneto, technically, since he can control magnetism, right? He could control electronics.
Didn't he always fry electronics? I don't know. Did he done?
Did he do that in the comics? Because I never saw it in the movies.
I don't know. Solder it, so I just plug it in. Oh, that's a tiny speaker. Crazy. The magnet, it's so small. Okay.
You're just testing if it works.
Yeah.
But you're gonna put it with this.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna take that speaker out of there and put it into the other cabinet.
Defender on.
Yeah.
Where the controls circuit.
Okay. This is
Moment of truth?
I'm not sure if I need to ground this thing or not. Don't think so. We'll do it. What kind of smoke is going to come out of here? All right. Trying to make sure I'm. Why are you hissing? Oh, I wired it backwards. Okay, so that's one problem. Let's see if it works though. I gotta get to the effects. Okay. Okay. That's funny. Okay. What was I using for the outputs? It's molded in. Just gotta go to effects return.
You wired it backwards?
Yeah, lots of times when you're wiring pots, you end up making it go the wrong direction. That's fine. That's a real easy fix. If nothing else is wrong.
What does it do? It just makes the knob.
Yeah, it just turns the wrong way. Now the thing is, if this thing works, it's going to be. This amp is insanely loud for such a little. But it never worked like this. It was so scratchy even from day one. And I read about it. Everybody would order them and they would be super scratchy. Otherwise, they loved the image. Nice part about this is because I have this thing on a wire, I can just pull this. Yes, you know I should do that. I forgot that I could completely do that. Hang this thing out. So I think there's something more wrong than just the being wired backwards. I think I'm reading something very wrong.
It didn't smoke.
Yeah, so far. I just got to translate the pot that was in there to the one that I have now. Really, that's assuming I didn't short something. Those things are so close together; it's hard to know. But if I hang this thing out, then I can just wire it until it works. Just keep changing it out until it works. I should have done that. I should have made the wires even longer. It's not going to hurt to have them. I mean, it's not, no power goes through it, so it's not going to short, or it's not going to burn up. Oh, Jesus. Do that. Actually, I have a special tool. I'm gonna do it.
Those pliers? You need pliers?
Yeah, right. There's like I have a thing so it doesn't scratch guitars, and it's actually really good for grabbing onto these things. Everything's everywhere right now. Yeah, that thing's handy too. But okay, so see, I can just hang this out, and then until I get it right. But let me see why I might be getting this wrong. So I know for sure the input and output are backwards, but there's probably a minimum number of these things that I need in order to make it even work. So pull these apart. So I may have the ground ones wrong, or I mean, none of them may be a ground. Yeah, come on, where's all the electronics experts today? That's her. Let me down.
I'm gonna get some caffeine real fast. I'll be right back.
Well, that would have been nice if this worked first try, huh? Come on, electronic screws. I don't know if this thing really needs to even be screwed back together. I might actually work without. So for sure I have it wired backwards. That's one problem. I could take these off. I just don't want to short anything. Let me look again at what I think I had for schematic wise. You guys can tell me what I'm doing wrong. So it looks like check. Oh man, no, okay, it's working. I want to just take these off and then let's see who I got. I don't know if they need these screws for chassis ground or not. There might be other grounds. If they don't, then I can really way easier test this thing. We'll find out. But yeah, something was definitely very wrong. Yeah, I'm going to take 3 of these off right now. See what we got. But I definitely don't want them shorting, so tie them off in a second. Let me take a leak. Right back. Really? Just 6:30. Okay, I'm still okay. Let's see. Be right back. Yellow, blue, black. White, red. Let me should just take a picture of this. Should die. I don't even know if this is the right schematic, remember. Green. Red. Verb. Side. Then encoder. Be interesting to see if that Thunder 99 really lets you bridge, because that would be ideal. Maybe it's just not as loud. Maybe it's just a better idea to get these amps. But in the case like this where the amp's already dead, you either throw the whole thing away or put this one of these little amps on it. Okay, so pull this out. Screws in. It doesn't need anything to ground it. I'm just going to put a couple in to keep it from popping around. I know this has been a long one, man. 3 hours. Woo! Feel like digital gnosis, having this long broadcast. But, I'm actually glad I'm getting back to my roots of reading schematics and things. Check something real quick.
So, any breakthrough?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, not yet. Hey, everybody's on Hawaiian time. Let's see how this works. Turns in. Order. Ooh. Very skinny wires to run so much power. Get some you worried about the other one. This is way thicker. All right. Let's see if I don't electrocute myself. A lot of stuff to short out on right here. Boom! Whoa! Holy shit! That's not good. All right. Why is that? We need a ground. Oh shit! That ain't good. Short. Not grounded. That needs to be grounded. The one that says ground. Oh. Enters. Enters go to 178 and 167. Yeah, this could be a wrong schematic. '78. '78. Or first. 1 and 2 go across 167. This side. The center. Center goes to one side of 167. What? Wiper. Black wiper. I have this whole thing back. That makes sense. That's the wiper. Input. That one. What is the wiper. Input. Just pin next to it. Which is blue. What of this one is 3. It's all the way on the other side, which is hello? Oh, shit. Oh, okay. That's okay then. That's fine. That's fine. As long as he ain't dead, that's all I care. I just like, what the hell, man? Hi. Yeah. All right. All right. Okay. So if that's the case, the next wiper is black, blue, yellow. The next wiper is green. I just tried turning it on with the things unwired, and it kept turning on and turning itself off. So hopefully I didn't blow something up. I think it's just a protection circuit because there's no resistor on the master volume. Maybe that'd suck if I blew this one too. Then I just use that thing because it was working. It's just I don't really want to use a Euro power adapter. That thing's freaking me out. I'm trying to see if somebody's got a lighter, better one. So then, if that's the case, then input is number 3, which is yellow. White is the output, that's right. Black is number 1. Oh shit, I'm so confused. Choices. All right. So let's see if anything blows up. Kill it. Damn it. It's crazy. This thing is scratchy even with the brand new pot. See, it's just a design. Woo! All right. Something's still backwards because it's just feeding power even though. Like they're both putting out power. Ways. Jeez. What the fuck? Okay. I'm not sure this is the right schematic, and then I don't trust this thing at all. Okay, so forget that. Let's just go from right with.
That's like the wrong pot.
Well, this pot might be a different pin out. Fucking A. I think that's the right pot though. Like I don't. It's just it may read different than this pot does.
Oh yeah, if you have time, since you're here, can you show me how to set up the recording?
There's not really too much to it, but the picture of what's on the wall or on the desktop on the computer in there
Mm-hmm.
is the how everything's routed, and then it just corresponds to those same numbers in Reaper. But I actually have templates that are set up.
Could I go in there and start trying to set it up?
Yeah.
Set
I don't know if it's locked. It's oh shit. That's not what I want to do. Yeah, open it with that key. Okay. Okay, what's the problem here? Wiper goes to far end of 167. Far end 7.